grants are different because the decision making is done by the actual community themselves that are applying for the grants. Normally when people apply for grants from the City of Onkaparinga, the selection process is undertaken by the staff and then confirmed by elected members. So it's a process of ticking boxes, and it's a fairly dry process, and we only get to know about the project what people have managed to fit on the application form. For this process, the projects actually really come to life as the community explain to each other what their project is about. The process for the participants is to fill in an initial application form, an expression of interest, just so that we've got an idea that their project is broadly going to meet the criteria that the grants are set out for. And then if that's the case, they're then shortlisted and asked to come along to the event, where they then have to pitch their idea to all of the other people that are also applying for grants, and they each decide on each other's outcomes. So the winner of the grants is decided by all of the people in the room who have all applied for grants. So it's a totally objective process, there's no subjectivity in it at all. So the winners tonight will receive their funding from the City of Onkaparinga, and they then go off and implement their projects and report back to us on the completion of their project about the outcomes that they've achieved. And the sharing of the projects then will perhaps inspire other community members to apply for other grants and put on more community initiatives.
Participatory decision making, I think, is absolutely vital, that in every way we try to include community in what's happening in their communities. And this is a very practical expression of it. You know, bring people together, let's hear the ideas, let's hear what people's passion, what are their plans, and then getting involved in making some decisions about, well, what are the priorities, where should we actually put in resources. You know, that's the type of decision making that we need to be involved in. My analogy I often use is too many of our communities are like a typical Australian football game, where 30,000 people who need the exercise turn up to watch 36 players who don't. And that's what's evolved over the last, I suspect, 50 years. We've lost control at the community level of those type of decisions. We now leave it to bureaucracies and others to make those decisions for us. And if we want to rebuild community, well, engage people in the process, engage people in making decisions about their priorities, engage people in decisions to do with money, to do with budgeting, to do with, you know, where should the resources be going. So I'm a huge fan of this particular process.